Dream, yes, sir. Guys, happy Monday, guys. Happy Monday indeed. It is July 7th. Man, I can't believe we're in July already, over halfway through the year. That is wild, dude. I'm excited for a great trading week. Historically, July is an extremely strong month, something we got to keep in mind. And guys, let's get into some charts and find some trade setups. I'm excited for today. Let's see what the market has to bring for us. Let's check out the ES first. We'll start on our daily time frame. Actually, this key level right here, why can't I see that on the daily? Make sure that that's marked out so I could see it. Starting on the daily, that was our previous all-time high. Actually, it's right over here. Make sure it's fixed. Don't want it to be the wrong spot. Now let's update our previous day high, our previous day low. Guys, look at this trend we have today. It is phenomenal. It's trend we have I'm sorry, not today, for weeks. Yo, what's up, Leo? Good morning, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If we stay green today, we close green today, that is 10 green trading days in a row. Last time we had a green streak like this, we had 9, and that was right over here. Now, I don't think we've had 10 in a row in quite some time. Looking at just these over here, right here, this is 7 in a row. Over here, we have about 6 in a row. Here we have a bunch. We could take a look just to double check. This one is 9 bars in a row. So it does seem like 9 has been our streak up until now, and it hasn't been broken. That's something to keep in mind, guys. We're on day number 10 right now. Historically, the past few times, handful of times, this happened on ES where we had 9 green days. That 10th day was a pullback. So something to keep in mind, something to keep an eye on, but we don't, just because of that one stat doesn't mean we want to counter trend trade. We want to make sure we trade with the trend until price proves to us that we are finally failing or at least pulling back. So this is the daily. Let's bring it down to the 4-hour, see if we have any levels or zones of interest. Not seeing much. 6-hour, would also like to see if we have anything. So this broken supply zone right here, both of these broken supply zones, I'm going to mark them out right now. So 1 and 2. So 1 and 2. These are the two zones that usually I will look for us to pull back and hold as support. So let's see if we do want to push lower. Let's see if we have any new demand zones that formed in this zone. 3-hour, 2-hour. So I do see a new 2-hour demand down here. That's all the way at 62.49. That is below our previous day low. That would call for quite the pullback. Again, just deleting any broken levels, any broken zones. Let's delete this one above this one because I see there were 2 right there. This one does look like it was broken and it held as support once, twice. It held overnight as support. So I'm going to look to see if this overnight support wants to hold again on the ES over here, guys. This is at 62.80. 62.80. We're going to mark this with green. This was our overnight support. This is where ES found a low. Broken supply turns into demand. My mic is weird. All right, let me see. Let me make sure the settings are right. Voice. Yes, because it's coming out of my webcam. This should be a lot better now. That should be like so much better. Is that better? Nice. Awesome. What's up, Marzidi, man? You have a good weekend? Happy 4th, everybody. Hope you guys all had a great weekend. Do anything? How's the work at the house going, Marzidi? I know you got a lot going on.
Worked and worked and worked all weekend. Come Sunday, I was so exhausted. I said done for the week. Anyway, little few things to do today, and then we have to wait for the concrete pad to settle up for about 10 days before we continue. So,
All right. All right. Still got some more
you
cut out
weekend
for
all
you.
right?
What's that?
Your weekend okay?
Yeah, same as you, stayed busy, got some stuff done, some planning for this coming week, that's about it. All right, guys, let's see. It looks like now we have a range on ES. So we do have a little bit of a supply zone here. Area worked as resistance overnight last night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Then it worked again, so that was overnight session. That was Thursday, right? Then again, Sunday night, it held as a resistance zone. And now again, it's holding as resistance right now in the morning around 8 to 8:30. Yo, what's up, Kev? Good morning. Guys, YouTube, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Do appreciate you all for tuning in and dropping a comment. So let's see. So this is our range on ES right now between Let's see, so 31-point range between 63.12 and 62.80. So we're going to mark that out. That's going to be the range we're going to be trading with. And let's not forget that the bottom of the range is this broken supply zone. So again, supply becomes demand. I do think I want to delete this other one below us. And the reason for that would be because it looks like we already held it as support. Let's see. So on this day, we broke it. And then we hit the next supply zone, we retested it, and we pushed higher. So we already used this zone as support. I do believe it looks like I have a demand zone marked out there, so we could see if we can find that. Other than that, this will be my support zone. That's right above our previous day low, too. Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. Got a great day ahead of us. Fantastic. I'm looking to see what zone I have marked out in here. Maybe it's an hourly? Yeah, it's an hourly, so we are going to mark that out. Now, something I do like with this demand zone is it's right below that previous day low. So I know that if we break that previous day low, there's going to be an enormous amount of traders trying to take that short position, or they're going to be stopping out of their long position. Either way, they're going to be selling. When I know that there's a lot of extra selling going on in the market, but we have a level of support below us, I know that there's a good chance that that support wants to hold, and everybody selling on that break is either going to get stopped out of their short position, or we're going to reverse and go in their favor, but they'll be stopped out because they got out of their long position. So zone 1 that I'm looking for support today is around 62.80. This is 1. Zone 2 I'm looking for support today is around 62.68. So these are the two levels I'm looking for. We'll see how markets want to react. Let's see. And then the third zone I'm looking at today, I guess we'll mark it as 1, 2, and 3. And I'll tell you guys why exactly I'm looking at each of these zones, how I found them, and all that fun stuff. So we'll come to watch list. First, what we'll do is we'll take a nice screenshot here. Can we use any tools like Edgeful or Market AI or Bookmap to help find support levels? Yes, of course we can. So let's see Bookmap real quick. See if we have anything near 62.80. There's 62.95. There's 62.90. Oh man, guys, 62.80. 62.80. Massive passive buyers sitting down there. That is something. Love to see it. 62.80. So there we go. I'm going to mark this out. Let's pull this over a little bit. Put that there. I'm just trying to get a nice little screenshot here, guys, so when we write it up, we know exactly what we're looking at and why. Grab a quick little screen grab of that if it'll let me. I'm hitting the right buttons, I don't know anymore. So we're looking at gold here. No, we're looking at ES here. Wow. Alright, we're chilling. So guys, what are we looking at exactly on ES? Well, we're looking for mainly support. And we're mainly looking for support because we know that we're in a bit of a bullish market. Trend has been bullish. But we don't want to trade against our zones as well. So right now we're in a supply zone, 63.12, and I do see that, look at this, 63.15, it's major sellers. So if we open up in the market today and we find some buying pressure and we reject and hold 63.15, I will happily take short positions on the break back below 63.12, stop loss at the high we just made, and I'll look to target maybe VWAP somewhere down here. I would assume VWAP's going to be somewhere down there. Yep, VWAP's right down at 62.98. Look at that, guys. I knew where VWAP was, not because I looked at it ahead of time, but because I knew and understood market basics, and I knew that VWAP really can't be somewhere up here if we're just getting up there recently, right? If I'm using Top Step, what tool can I use? Let's see, active volume aside from DOM, something more visual. Let's see, if you're using Top Step, I know you probably have Top Step X then. There's the volume on the subgraph. This is very helpful for seeing volume spikes when we're coming near key levels. That helps. That's a great way to visualize it. Like this right here. This was 8 o'clock. We had a huge volume spike and we rejected the supply zone. What else? You could probably look around in indicators and look up volume and see what kind of volume indicators and tools they have. I'll go over that though some other time. So let's take a quick look at Bookmap. Give me a half a second here, guys. There you are. All right, let's find ES. So ES, S&P 500. Something I'll be looking for is those three zones, right? So we're going to come back to the hourly. Look at those three zones we have marked out. So zone 1, supply. And on the hourly time frame, since 9 p.m. Thursday night, 63.12 to about 63.17 has been major resistance. Right, so that's where I'm looking for sellers. So 63.12 to, we'll say to 63.17. It's been major resistance. I will look for market to open, push into this level, and find selling pressure. Because then, guys, if we find selling pressure in a zone, right, where there are obviously sellers, and a lot of the retail mindset's Monday, we had a long weekend, market was so bullish last week, I gotta get in the market this week and buy. That might not be the case, right? We might push into this zone. A lot of people hitting that buy button and market pulls back. Again, maybe VWAP being a great target down here around like 62.98. That's a very nice trade right there from 12 to 98. Again, just a small scalp, maybe 15 points, but the whole point of that will be having a tight stop loss. We'll have a trade sort of set up like this. Because we're looking for 15 to hold as resistance. So the max we'll do is 17 as a stop loss. And then what's great, guys, is right, we'll have a 3-to-1 risk to reward. But when we start pushing into here, into that 63.15, and we see an aggressive seller step in, or we see that buyers fail to bring us higher, whatever our clue is to take that trade, we might be able to get filled a little higher, or we might be able to get filled a little higher and then adjust our stop loss very quickly as price reacts in our favor. So that's how we can make a 3-to-1 into a 5.5-to-1, right? Risk management is crucial. Being able to really maximize our risk, minimize our reward is awesome. So something I will look for, though, too, is Zone 1, Part 2. And hear me out on this one. If we break this supply, so right, if markets are just way too bullish, we come in that we had news about the tariffs, guys. Tariff deals are coming in July 9th is the deadline, so we want to be careful with that. If markets come in, start rallying like crazy, equities are super strong, Apple, Microsoft, Meta, all of these, I'm going to look for a break above the 63.15 and a retest, and I'll target previous day high and higher. So that's another way I'm going to use zone 1, but not as a supply zone, now as a demand zone. Give me half a second to lock my cat back here. We're just going to keep screen and screen. Beep. I like that we're rejecting this this sell area already. Something I want to keep an eye on. Yo, Terrence, what's going on, man? If you're in here, say what's up on YouTube. Let's see. Part 2, if we break through this supply zone, I will look for 60.15 to hold as support for longs. TP is previous day high. Alright, right? So there we go. We got 2 trade setups right off the bat right there. Now we have zone 2. Zone 2 is going to be 62.80. So 62.80. 62.80. This is a broken supply zone and pre-market support /lows, right? Because a lot of traders might also look for us to sweep. Oh, we break below pre-market low. We're definitely going to go to previous day low. And guess what? They're going to take that trade for a scalp right here. Maybe they'll have a 1-to-1 max on that trade. And if market doesn't want to go hit that previous day low, we might push a little lower, hit around 62.73. They're going to think they're in a winning trade, and then we're going to reverse on them and head back higher. Because guys, remember, markets are holding bullish at the moment, so the odds are much higher that the sellers are going to get faked out than the buyers are going to get faked out. But we're still going to trade the range that we're given. This is broken suppliers on pre-market lows. I will look for buyers to step in here. This is also a very strong level on Bookmap. Okay, and then zone 3. Zone 3 is just an hourly demand zone below previous day low. So zone 3, hourly demand zone at 62, what did we say, 62, 68, 68. This is sitting right below previous day low. So I will look for buyers to start absorbing sellers under this level, under in demand. All right, so that's what I'm looking for zone 3, zone 2, and zone 1. Those are the main zones I'm looking for today on the ES. Some fantastic trade review. What we can do is we could do one more. I was gonna do a quick little brief summary of just the overall trend on ES. So let's do that. The S&P 500 has been very bullish. We are on 9 green days in a row. Today would make day 10 if we're able to close green. With that being said, the last 3 times we had 9 green trading days in a row, the 10th day was a red day, so we haven't broken 10 in a while. I suppose we haven't broken 9 in a while. Okay, so the S&P, And then, guys, we'll go over the NASDAQ, we'll go over some gold, we'll go over oil. We're going to find some good stuff today. It's 8:55, markets open in 35 minutes, so we do have a little time to break some things down. Could even go over some equities as well, whatever you guys want to look at. Bullish on 9. We, has been very bullish, comma. We are on 9 green days in a row. Today would make 10 if we are able to close green. YouTube, could you guys hear me okay? Because I turned on a setting on OBS to hopefully get rid of any background noise. And that being said, the last 3 times we had 9 green days in a row. 10th day was a red day, so we haven't broken in a while. All right, cool. Beautiful. Alright, so now let's go over, look at that, guys. ES taking another dive off of that supply zone. So I'd like to see 63.13, 63.15. 63.15 is this pre-market high right here now, 63.15. We're going to mark that off. We'll call it even Bookmap level. Put it in the middle. Center. Nope, we still want it on the right. We want it instead of bottom, center. And we'll make it like whitish so we could see it, and we'll make it purple so we know it's a Bookmap level. And I'm also going to add an alert up here so I don't miss anything. Alright, let's check out, so because ES really is the market in a whole, we're going to skip NASDAQ for now. We will circle back through it, but now I do want to go over gold and see if gold's giving us anything, because I do think gold is in a bit more of a bear trend due to the strength behind equities. Obviously, it's doing a little bit of an inverse right now. Gold's trying to move higher, but it seems it's just pulling back. ES is moving lower. They do not inverse each other, guys. Please don't get that confused. So look at the daily time frame here on gold, guys. Gold has been extremely range bound, but every time sellers step in and take control, they do give us a pretty nice move. So with that being said, we have already taken out previous day low. Let me turn on the demonstration. Let's put gold up on Bookmap. So previous day low is, oh my goodness, how many of those do I have? Previous day low is right there. We have our previous day high up here. We also have now our open price is right there. So something I like to use with the open price is if we could pull back near our open price, and I know we took out previous day low already and the odds are higher that we close red, then I'm going to take a short position near the open price and try to target that previous day low. But that's if that open price has some type of supply zone or demand zone in it, right? So let's see if it's got a supply zone. Let's see. First, let's make sure we're not missing anything demand-wise. And I do see a small demand zone right here. This is not a small demand zone. It's a 3-hour demand. We're going to mark this out, D3. D3PO. Haha. And let me just make sure it's not a 4-hour. Oh, it is a 4-hour. Glad I checked. Demand 4-hour. We always want to make sure we could find it on the highest time frame because that gives us the best quality zones. You hear fine? Awesome. What's up, boss lady? Good morning, good morning. Sweet. Good. If you hear fine, then we're on the dime. Alright, let's see. So gold, I am going to add an alert. This is also, so this demand zone that we just marked out, 3299.6 is right near key psychological level 3300. So very strong level there on gold. Let's see. So I might look for possible longs down there. If buyers want to step in and absorb us, we could check Bookmap. Look at this guy's 3,300. Passive buyer sitting there on Bookmap. Alright, give me half a second. Alrighty, give me 1 second, guys. Just gotta send over a message. Alright, we are good to go. We're good to go. We're good to go. Alright, sorry about that, ladies and gents. So here we go. Let's look at gold for a sec. This zone right here that I have marked out was like a blue zone. This was a good support area. We had a double bottom, then it held as a sort of resistance point. See how price tried to push through, and we chopped each time. So it was a pretty solid resistance area. Price got back above it, held as support area. So I would like to see if this wants to hold as resistance one more time. We do have a new fair value gap lined up in there on the hourly too. So we can see if we have any supply zones or demand zones. Let's delete our volume profile as well for now. Leo, if you're in here, volume profile is a phenomenal volume tool. If I wasn't using Bookmap, I'd be using volume profile and footprint. Let's see. I'm not really seeing any supply zones at this point, so I am going to be shooting for that hourly imbalance. It is right below our open price too. Remember, guys, I was just telling you how I would look for that open price, sort of work as a resistance point if we already broke that previous day low. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. So that's gold, 3,300 demand. I'm going to grab a quick screenshot of that. Also, I want to get rid of that absorption indicator is unnecessary. If I could press the right button for a screenshot, that would be great. I am pressing the right button. Alright, that's what I'm looking for on gold. Gold has a nice, I'm using a nice, good. Gold, demand, 32.99. Gold passive buyers 3,300. Bookmap. Nice, sweets. All right, we can take a look at oil. Oil's been a weird one lately, right? I was looking for it to hold bullish, but at this point, we're very range bound, and it does seem like oil's giving the better moves to the overnight sessions. So again, if we're not seeing any price action that's in our favor, right? That's sort of why I like to look at different indices, different markets. If oil's giving me range, that's okay. I'm not forced to watch oil. I could go watch gold. I could go watch ES. I could go watch NQ. If gold's giving me range, I could go watch oil. If both gold and oil are giving me range, I can go watch ES and NQ. The odds of them all giving me poor price action is fairly low. Not impossible. It happens. Last week it happened. I think Wednesday and Thursday was a little choppy. It happens. It all I can say is it happens, and as traders we have to be prepared for it. Because if we're not prepared for it, we're going to try to force trades on those days. It's not going to pan out. You haven't loaded? No, I haven't. Good call. Let's look at some NAS. Fantastic. Start on our daily time frame. Wonderful. Start marking out. Now, NASDAQ, look at this, guys. NASDAQ did have a red day in between this 9-day green streak, right? So out of the past 8 bars, oh wow, look at this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 8 out of the 9 have been green. It did have one red day, so it's not in a streak on NASDAQ. Previous day high is up here. Previous day low is down here. And let's mark out that open price. Open price on our daily candle is going to be at the top of the bar. This is our bar, top of the bar if it's a red bar, because right now our open is here. Our current close, or wherever we're trading, is down here. If it was a green bar, it would be up here. So let's mark that out as our open. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Hope everybody's doing well today, man. Happy Monday. I like down here as a demand zone on NASDAQ, D4 hours, 22,713. That would call for a 200 point to the down, move to the downside. Again, we got to remember a lot of people are still long right now off of just this buying pressure, right? So if market's open, find some selling pressure right out the gate. That might be lining up for a nice short position. Let's take a look at NASDAQ on Bookmap. Good selling pressure. The 22,900. Next full level on Bookmap. Check our 2-hour time frame. So something I noticed, guys, I just said 22,900 next big level on Bookmap. I just had on this chart from Thursday night an area of resistance, and then it held as support. So this is also our pre-market support, just like we had on ES. So I'm seeing support starting to line up on ES and NQ right now. So here we go on NASDAQ. Now, I'm looking for, remember guys, ES had that supply zone up here on the hourly. So we could look to see if we do want to find that supply zone on NAS too, but it's really not the strongest. I do see, again, same situation though, where we had the supply zone resistance point. We rejected it pre-market around 6 o'clock. Did not reject it though at 8 o'clock. This is where ES double topped in that zone. So look, I'll show you. See how ES had this zone from 9 o'clock, just like NASDAQ does. It rejected it at market open, just like NASDAQ and ES did. But then ES rejected it one more time. It had some bullish divergence. ES made a new high off of that in supply. NASDAQ did not. So again, I could maybe look to see if we push into this 22,030. We don't really have that many sellers up there on NASDAQ. No passive sellers up there. We do have passive buyers to the downside. Excuse me. Guys, 50% off Bookmap Global Plus for 3 months. They got a great discount going right now. Open that link up and I'll send it to you guys. I'm gonna send that, guys, on YouTube in the channel. I don't think I sent the right link. But 50% off Global Plus and data for 3 months, or save 30% global for the full year, which is great. So overall, fantastic sales. I would recommend Bookmap to every day trader. It is phenomenal. I would not trade without it. See if I can go into it. There we go. Bookmap. Sale. Obviously, Apex also has a sale running too. I believe 80% off is still on the table. We could double check on that right now. Got sales all over the place, guys. If you're looking to day trade and you're looking to get started, and this is really just for what am I doing? Apex.
When
The
does
people.
Apex not have a sale? I mean, they're like a used car dealership.
No, I know. Well, listen, you know what though? It's like that, right? And then watch this time. 1 day, 14 hours, so like 2 days left. They're not gonna have a sale. I'm trying to think. Do they have any? Were there any holidays coming up? We just had July 4th. I don't think there are any other holidays coming up anytime soon. Um.
Oh, they'll have a sale for foot massage day or something
Oh, that
like
sounds
that.
good. Does that come with Apex? But no, when they don't have a sale though, you do still get 50% off with the Bullishbrs discount. So you do still at least get 50% off. You'll never pay full price. But yeah, good stuff, good stuff. The whole time I thought Bookmap was a part of your platform indicators. Nah, dude, Bookmap is its own tool. Bookmap.com, it is its own tool. You gotta get data for it. It is phenomenal of a tool. ES hitting a pretty strong bid down here at 6,300. So now at this point, right, we're hitting VWAP. Market's open in about 20 minutes. I'd like to see us sort of make our way back higher towards this 1 hour supply zone. Let's mark out our gap fill price. I was teaching some people about the gap fill over the weekend. Is he in here? No, he's not in here right now. But we'll mark it out anyways. I don't like the gap fill. Gap fill's all the way down here. Plus, gap fill, guys, we had that weird half day on Thursday. So, not a fan of it. Half day Thursday, then futures markets were open anyways, so gap fill type strategy wouldn't be the most ideal to use today. Remember, we have support at this level 262.80 on ES over here. That's right with 62.80 on Bookmap. Major buyers sitting down there. We could just wait now. And then, of course, there's platforms like Edgeful. Marzetta, you still use Edgeful at all?
Periodically.
Yeah. It's, again,
I
it's...
look at it especially for the 15-minute orb just to see what they have to say. And, you know, it is reasonably accurate about it. The problem with the 15-minute orb is, you know, if it says a double break, well, that double break could finally occur at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So in that regard, it's true, but it's not. It's hard to trade it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. Let's see. I'd like them to put the hourly fair value gaps on here. That would be pretty cool. Let's check fair value gaps on the 30-minute for this gold short we were looking at. Oh no, we don't really have a 30-minute FEG up there. What time did it happen though? 7 p.m.? No. I was hoping, nah. Let's see. Oils and no trade. NAS and ES, we were looking for supply and range bound price action. So right, the only thing we'd really be looking at is the orb for a double break to see if we can maybe get a double break to the upside first, then a break to the downside. Right now though, I do notice, guys, on ES and NQ, we have a little bit of a supply zone forming, and I'll show you. Let's turn drawings off. We have, look at this basing candle right here. Basing, long upper wick at a high. Then we have our sell-off. Then I'd look for continuation here. So we'll take a look at that. We'll see how this does want to continue. I would like to see us pull back, though, because this sell area was looking pretty good on ES. But yeah, Edgeful is one of those tools, guys, where like I know some people, well, you know what it's good for too. Some people use that initial balance, and they'll look for like initial balance breakout, or they'll look for initial balance breakout with targets, and they'll look for those levels, right? Which again calls for you to wait a full hour into the market open, and then some, because you need it to then break and find a target. But it's definitely an interesting take on the market, that's for sure. ES really trying to break the 63 area. Let's put VIX back up.
Edgeful on the 15-minute orb, you've got like 50% chance of double breaks, and then you've also got 30% chance of breakouts. So if the market will uh, break the low, the 15-minute orb low first, then there's a good trade possibly to the 15-minute orb high
Yep.
at some point today, because you're putting two statistics at work there. So, I mean, but we got to see what happens there.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Let's see. So, ES on the orb. What do we have the last few days? They used to have a streaks thing. I don't see it anymore. Customize. Orb time frame. This tells you the time frame. This changes the time frame the candle used in the report. Why would they have... Wouldn't this be the same as this? Orb size. Unless candle time frame. This changes the time frame the candles used to run the report. Okay. That's pretty interesting. So then you could have it where it says orb. The orb time frame is 15 minutes, right? So it measures the 15-minute high and low. Then you could have breakout criteria where it's by wick or by candle. And then you could change which candle time frame is the breakout. So you could keep it on 15-minute. So 15-minute orb would require a 15-minute candle to close outside of it. Or you could put it on a 5-minute and have a 5-minute candle close outside the 15-minute orb and see that result. That's pretty cool. Orb size. This changed the size of the opening range breakout. Retracement level 1, retracement level 2. Nice. Okay, so let's save it. Let's run it with that 5-minute. And look, it does tell us this is... Oh, what I could do? Opening range with breakout? Oh, I did opening range retracement. Okay. So level 1 has a 53%. So this is another way to use book Edgeful, right? With like I was talking about the initial balance with targets. This would be the opening range breakout by retracement. And that's pretty interesting too, right? Level 1 25% hits 63% of the time. Level 2 hits 51% of the time. And this is off the 15-minute orb, so it's sort of like doing a measurement based on that. So that's pretty cool, right? Edgeful's really great if you're trying to mathematically get into trading and really like systematically create something, which is our goal. I have nothing against Edgeful. I love Edgeful. This is awesome. Right here alone, I learned about this morning right now with you guys. That is awesome in itself. That is great, great tool, fantastic to use. Not in my personal strategy, not in my personal system, but this is great because it also helps give you the stats for you so you're not backtesting like crazy, and it gives you something systematically that you could follow every day. So very cool stuff, great stuff there.
So one of the challenges with something like Edgeful is identifying days where it's not going to apply.
Yep.
And Edgeful is going to apply on a boring day, mostly. A Trump tweet, an international news
Oh
event.
yeah.
Obviously, these things are going to break traditional statistic modeling. And also, we had a long weekend, long week because we only had 4 days last week. That's going to uh, possibly throw things off because the spring could be coiled tighter because of the longer weekend. So just kind of be mindful. There are days to consider it, and there are days that you need to be skeptical. I won't say skeptical, but not lean on it so much.
Nice. Nice. Yep.
Of course, it's nice. Do I ever give you bad advice? I mean, really.
Let's see. Let's see. Any headlines coming out? Nope, we're all right there. Keep our market AI up on our another screen. You guys got to see one of my monitors right now. It's got like Discord overlapping OBS, overlapping Edgeful, overlapping market AI, overlapping TradingView. Looks pretty funny. Good morning, guys. Good morning, YouTube, Discord. Hope you're all doing well. Hope everybody had a phenomenal weekend. Hope you guys had a good 4th of July if you celebrated. I know me, myself, I did not really do much. Sort of took it easy, man. I was finally able to take like a full morning to night day off, and it was pretty nice. It was pretty nice. I'm usually busting my butt either talking with affiliates, talking with these other companies, or setting up meetings or one-on-ones with you guys, and sometimes a day off is okay. I like the weighted index down here is not above its previous session high. Let's take a look at our equities right now, see where things like Apple and Microsoft and Meta are trading at. So let's see. Meta within its previous day's range. Tesla, huge drop on Tesla. Wow. I'm sorry, did Tesla close at 315 yesterday and it's opening at 294 today? 6%
It was
drop
a
on
Musk
Tesla.
tweet.
What's that?
It's a Musk tweet. Musk is trying to form a third political party,
Oh yeah, I saw that.
and
Yeah.
that sent the stock just, I think they said the stock moved 7% down
Yep.
overnight over it.
Yep, that's exactly what I was gonna say. The only and the biggest news we had was the whole Musk trying to open a new political party. Now, guys, that's going to drive Tesla down because we've already witnessed now what Elon getting involved with politics does to Tesla. It drives the stock down. So if Elon does all this and he starts getting more involved with it, Tesla might take a big hit. Me personally, I would like there to be another party other than Democrat or Republican, but I don't want Elon to be part of it. I feel like that is the complete wrong person we want in charge there. On the other hand, somebody mentioned to me over the weekend, I was having this conversation with a few other people too, that at some point people really did like Elon Musk, right? Before the whole politics shiznit years ago, when even just when he was getting started with the whole Tesla situation, people loved the idea of, gasless cars. That's fantastic. That's great for the world. That's great for the globe. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's something. We know that the market, Tesla at least reacts very poorly to it. And we'll have to see if he's not that. If he was just announcing, I guess my thought process is if he was just announcing the tweet and he doesn't really have any follow through on it, there's no reason Tesla should sell off and continue to sell off. If anything, I personally think Tesla below 300 is a great buy. I think at some point it's going to make its way back up to maybe like 400 easy. Look at this, guys. We're down here. We're back within this range. Long-term investment wise, Tesla. This is a buy zone. This is the bottom of this current range we're in right here. Top of the range is around 360. ROI on that. Let's see our measurement tool. Even just stock wise, 28%. This looks pretty interesting on Tesla. Could even look for some possible swing trade calls on that. What's in the coffee cups this morning? Trying my personal roast for the first time. I bought a roast for 6 months ago and showed up on the third, so I spent all weekend learning how to use it. Oh, jeez, man. Oh, dude. You gotta go back to what, the old brewer. Alright, so yeah, Tesla's interesting down here, long-term investment-wise. Other equities we could take a quick stab at. Bum bum. Microsoft's near all-time highs of 500. Apple trying to hold VWAP. Apple's been very range bound. If we could get Apple above 213.96, that would be huge. Because when we're between 208 and 214, we'll call it, we're very range bound on Apple. If we could break above it, I could see momentum. I could see continuation. It's also going to help the ES and NQ continue as well. Okay, cool. So that's equities. Amazon's probably one of the stronger of equities over the past few days. We see it's been trying to continuously make higher highs, higher lows. Nvidia, same here on Nvidia. We could take a look at Nvidia on the daily. I do think it's at all-time highs right now. Yeah, look at that, guys. Nvidia made an all-time high yesterday. So we could see if we want to try to hold that and continue. We'll watch Nvidia for some momentum too. Can you check out Tesla does in July? Like actually does in July or like just look back? Because we could look back. Let's do the weekly time frame. And we'll look back at Tesla on the weekly. We'll look for July, right? So let's do June. Let's find our July of last year. Check this out. So, well, I know historically stocks do very well in July. The stock market, ES, NQ, they do very well. So with that being said, that leads indices indexes, stocks to perform well too. So here's the last week of June. Then here's the first week of July on Tesla. Went up 25%, $50 to the upside. Second week had a little follow through, but then it pulled back. But overall strong on last July. Check the July before that. The July before that was pretty range bound. However, it opened here. This was the first week of July. Second week was sort of green, broke that recent week's high. And then the third week also broke that recent week's high, but then found resistance. But now again at this point, what's that?
I think your users on YouTube that asked that. So I posted the Seeking Alpha
A
seasonality chart and discard cord, so you can bring that up and zoom in on it and look at it.
yeah. So what we got? July. This is Tesla. Cool, dude. This is awesome. Yeah, look at that. Tesla on, looks like Julys are pretty strong. Haven't seen a red July since 2018, right?
Yeah, something like that.
What were you laughing at?
No, I'm not. I'm in a trade at the moment.
All right. Let's see. But that's Tesla for you. And again, also right now we're at the bottom, right? We're opening down here. This is a weekly time frame. Look at this lower wick on the weekly time frame of last week, and now we're opening at the low of that wick. Should not. I know you should at least not be selling at this point, because if you're selling at this point, you're selling the lows. We do not want to be doing that. Too many laws and rules favoring Dems and Republicans scattered through all 50 states for a third party to succeed. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We'll see. We'll see. You know what? I'll open my own party, and we'll call it the Bullishbrs party, guys. We'll call it the gangster party, cause ain't nothing like a gangster party, but a gangster party. I forgot how that song went. It's Tupac. All right, ES and NQ, man, still range bound, 30 minutes, still trying to continue lower. Markets open in 6 minutes. We got a little time here. Gold pulling back. I'd love to see gold pull back to this area up here. We could throw our fib tool up here on gold from the high to the low. Now, you do see our optimal trade entry lines up right in that area of resistance. Pull up gold on Bookmap. So about 33.35. I was looking for sellers. And look at that, 33.35. I don't really see a Bookmap level there anymore. So we'll delete that. I had a Bookmap level saved there. Oh, that was an old Bookmap level. See, I'm glad I looked back and I changed it. Because if I kept that, then it could have given me a false signal. So this is what I'm looking for on gold over here, guys. I'm looking for a possible short position. This is the 30-minute time frame. So possible short position. Oops. Right in this hourly. This is an hourly fair value gap. Near our optimal trade entry, well, within our optimal trade entry, and I'll look to target VWAP, which again, guys, VWAP is probably pushing lower. We'll look at the 5-minute time frame. Where are it? All right, there's our VWAP. So again, if we took a short position, could probably look to target under VWAP, because look how long we've been trading under VWAP on gold. So we'll take a look at that. We'll keep an eye on what you will see. All depends on market structure and how buying and selling pressure is, guys. Volume is key. What's up, YouTube? What's up, guys? Good morning, good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. What's up, Discord? Nevada Terry, what's going on, man? Travis, Jack of all trades, Jack Frank. Good morning, guys. See some OG faces in here. Love to see it. Victoria, hello. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Yes, a little bit of resistance. Ooh, they pulled that. I'm waiting for market to open, guys. We got 4 minutes till market opens. If the 30-minute wants to close somewhere down here, I'll look for a quick pullback and reversal. I want to mark this level out with a light blue. Light blue on those levels. And I actually want to mark out the range on NASDAQ there. This is where I'm looking for sellers to step in, guys, when markets open. Ball if I want to ball. Let's see. I'm thinking ES today. What are you guys thinking? ES or NQ? Let me know, guys. Chat. Let me know. Give me 1 sec. Guys, we'll keep an eye on the VIX today too. VIX broke above that 17 level. It's going over that over the weekend with some people. I'll show you guys why. So let's see that VIX level. Pull up the VIX. So guys, VIX right here, if we look at the hourly time frame, we see that down here, this big red range I have. Check this out. We pushed higher from there, pushed higher, pushed higher. This was a support zone on the VIX. Now, if VIX is finding support, ES will usually find resistance. So that's why I want to look for a short position on ES and supply if VIX is coming out of a support zone and trying to push higher, right? Because if VIX is pushing higher, that's bearish on the markets. And it's above its previous day's range too, so again, that's also another bearish sentiment. So definitely looking for us to move lower today. And again, also, we are on 9 green days in a row on ES. The past 3 times this happened, 10th day was a red day. So got to keep an eye on that as well. But we also don't want to counter trend trade. Nice, good pullback. A minute left till market opens. I want to see this pullback, and then I want to see a pump into the supply zone when market opens. Looking for shorts on ES. This is a 5-to-1 risk to reward right here. Targeting, looking to sell the highs, buy back in the lows near VWAP. That's if this trade setup hits. Weighted index, nice spike right there. 42 seconds left till market opens. Meta, nice little pump pre-market. Tesla, another drop right here at 291, guys. 291 on Tesla. Under 290 is a nice buy. I thought under 300 was a nice buy. Now we're going to be close to under 290. How nice is that? Guys, YouTube, run that like button up. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Discord, I love you guys. I hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody is doing good. Let's see. Do we have anything planned this week, guys? It is July 7th. Week of July 7th. Tomorrow might be a little bit of a short day. Market's open. Oh, market's open 3 seconds. Good. I don't gotta fill it. Alright, 30 minutes did give us the continuation for the most part. Basing candle though here on the 32 though could find some buying pressure and just pop. Nice. Waiting for, remember guys, earlier we were talking about 63.15 over here. They pulled it for a little while, but it's back now. Just gonna wait. Remember guys, we had 2 trade plans for this zone up here. We had shorts in the supply zone with selling pressure, and then we had longs if we're able to break above it and hold as support. So we're just gonna be patient, wait for markets to play out, and see if it does want to give us our sell entry. Wow, look at that. Good buying pressure right there. Moving in, this is a resistance level. Probably a low volume shelf if we threw that up there. Yep, low volume shelf, 08 to 09.
ES fair value gap at 63.08 and a quarter there at the bottom of it on the 5-minute chart. It just went to the bottom of it and rejected.
Whew, Apple is ripping. Oh, that's what I was looking for. But yeah, no, Marzidi, I see that FVG lines up right with that low volume node I just marked out. So that looks good. Looks good for at least a pullback here. Gotta see. Gold, we have alerts, we're ready, we're patient. Apple had a great pop outside of that zone, guys. I said I want to see Apple above its previous day high and above 214 for us to continue higher. Nice, good rejection, man. Good rejection. Boom, holy cow. Right off the open price on NQ2. Damn, NASDAQ was real close to those 22,980s. I'd be careful. I wouldn't take shorts at this point because Apple and equities are too strong. Even Tesla started popping when the market opened. So Nvidia's popping. everything's popping except Meta right now, and Microsoft's a little weak. So we'll wait. We got 2.5 minutes for this 5 minutes to close. Yeah.
Remember, folks, that you've got large institutions are positioning during this first 5 minutes. They don't share the playbook. They're competitors. So this is why you're seeing this wild wiki action right now as they're making their initial orders and fighting against each other. Same thing that you see when a big news report comes out. So in the end, you got to wait for them to push each other around. They exhaust their money for the opening move, and then we look to see who's left, who's winning, that kind of thing.
Nice. All right, possible long on goal on oil entry down here, and then we'll go back to NQ and ES. Only reason I wasn't for a second is because right now we're chopping. We're hitting these highs around 63.06. We're coming back to the lows around 6,300. Would not short these lows at 6,300. We'd short the pullback. But right now, Nas, nice break lower. Beautiful break on NASDAQ. That's what I wanted to see. That's nice. So we could be patient, guys, because guess what? If we don't get an entry over here, we could wait. Maybe we want to find support 62.80. I'm going to be patient. I'm not going to force anything. Could also wait to see if we create a low volume shelf on ES on this sell-off too, because again, that will also give me an entry point. So I don't want to force anything. I don't want to sell the lows. Just want to be patient. It didn't give me a pullback to the zone I was looking for. It was a few points away on ES and NQ, and then it continued lower. It's all right. It's all right.
ES has a pivot point down at 62.94.
Yep.
So that's a potential.
62.90's got a little bit more strength. 90.75. It's got like a double bottom right there overnight. 91. You see that? Alright, weighted index took a nasty drop to get eyes. Damn. Yeah, see, I need Apple to close above that zone. It broke above the zone. Needs to close above that zone. Even now I have previous day high along with my zone. Now I have levels that are sort of corresponding with each other. Meta dropped. Tesla rejected. Nvidia rejected. Amazon's rejecting. Microsoft's rejecting. Very tough call on longs. Not taking anything right here. I'm just waiting myself. Weighted index is pretty range bound right now. Gold is also very range bound, so that's why we're not trading gold at the moment. It's just in the middle of nowhere. Oil, oops. Oil, choppy. Everything just sloppy right now, guys. It's Monday. We're coming off of a long weekend for the markets. We could be patient. Let's check our point of control on this. Point of control is higher. I'd be so worried for shorts. Look at this, guys. Point of control is all the way up here, 4K volume. Closest second was 3.7K down here. But we have a lot of heavy volume. Sort of the whole candle, though. So, again, my opinion on this is we're pretty range bound. I do not see it continuing at the moment. And again, with that bias, it's going to keep me out of shorts, which could stop me out. It's going to keep me out of longs, which could stop me out. I'm waiting until I could get a clear direction. So I have a clue of where we're not going, but now I need a clue of where we are going. I said I wanted to be short, though, because VIX was above above previous day high and above a key level. But I also said I wanted to watch Apple break and hold above the 73.60 area. And we got our break. We held above it. We're retesting now. We want to see if we could hold this as support. Other than that, equities were sort of taking a sharp turn to the downside. But now they're trying to hold. So again, it's very choppy right here. Very range bound. There is no clear direction. We have a lot of selling delta here on our volume. But again, point of control is up here. Price likes to gravitate towards the direction of those points of control. Nice. Gold trying to do something. I'd almost like ES longs here, knowing that a lot of people just sold on this break lower. Starting to hold up, trying to make our way back to that point of control. Remember too, a lot of people might be chasing this fair value gap short now and say, "Oh, wait, I gotta try to get filled here." Then they try to take that short and go target pre-market low, and then markets say, "Oh, hold up, I forgot something. Your stop loss," and then they're gonna go hit that. So we'll be patient, just keeping an eye right now, waiting to see what happens. Economic calendar wise, we don't have anything of high importance today. We have bill auction at 11:30. That's literally it. So we don't have to worry about any economic news or data. She ain't got like that. You pull me back to back. Let's see. Let's see. Do. We have with volume from measured from this point, P shape, which is bearish, 30-minute. So 63.10 is where I'd like to see some sellers step in. We have 63.12 as pretty strong ask, and that's actually where our supply zone is. Above that, we don't have anything anymore. So remember, it was 63.15 for a while. We no longer have that 63.15. Now I'm going to adjust this and see if we want to reject to 63.12. I'll take the entry maybe around 63.11.25, so I could give it a second to react, and then take that short and tighten up my stop loss and look to target the low that we just created, or even then, at that point, those pre-market lows. So look at that, almost 11-to-1 risk to reward. We could be maybe a wider stop loss, 8-to-1, but we're looking for something good up here. And even if we don't target that full move, target new low off of New York session, 5-to-1. But we'll see. We will see how markets want to trade when we get to that point up there. If we get to that point up there. Gotta remember that too. Might not even make our way back up there. Finding a lot of resistance up here. 63.03, 63.05. Apple trading back within that zone. Yo, Leo, dude, that's a dope story. Let's see. I like this new tip with Bookmap. If you just hold the mouse or hold the left click for a second, this data tooltip will pop up and you could drag it over whatever candle and it'll give you the information of that candle. Oh, I was wondering, I'm like, why are some white, some black? But it's because if it's a red candle, it's black. If it's a green candle, it's... No, that's not the case. What? Seems like it is. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay. Like, what is going on? Guys, very range bound right here. There's no trades. We see that buyers keep failing to bring us higher. Sellers keep failing to bring us lower. We're just waiting right here till we get a smoother direction. Let's see. After... Let's see. Possible ES shorts loading up. I'd like to see 63.11.25 after a rejection of 63.12. That's right up here. We got a pretty strong bid. VIX trying to move lower. VIX did not make a new low of day from pre-market lows just yet. Weighted index trying to hold higher. NASDAQ holding up. We're just waiting right now, guys. Got to be patient traders. A bored trader is a successful trader. Now let's go take a nap. This market's lame. I'm just kidding. Can't be that bored. Now, guys, it might look like, oh, buyers are holding up here on the 5-minute, but never get too distracted or too focused on a lower time frame. Look at a 15-minute. We still have a major upper wick. Look at the 30-minute. The past few 30 minutes have been moving lower. hourly. Had a bearish candle on the hourly too. 2 hour closes in 17 minutes. Now that's interesting. 2 hour closing in 17 minutes. If that wants to close with a long lower wick like that, that could be huge to the buy side. 4 hour also closes in 17 minutes, which again could be a nice buy signal if we could close higher. And where would we need to close for us to be bullish on the 4 hour? Right over here. We're gonna text that. 4H 10A. And copy that because I'm going to do the same thing on ES over here. This is where I'd want ES to close. This is where I want NAS to close. This is where I want ES to close on the 4 hour for us to be bullish. And that happens in 17 minutes. News at 9? Yes, news at 9. So you're probably different time zones. So maybe you're looking at 10. But no, nothing today. Nothing at all coming up today. If you have something, send a screenshot. But I don't see anything. Guys, Discord, do you guys see anything?
Nah, it's boring day news-wise as far as I can tell.
Got you. Roger that. Yo, Meta took a nice swerve to the upside. New high day on Meta. Look at Nvidia with almost a triple top right here. 159.18, 159.24, and then 159.32. But it is still making new high a day, new high day, new high day. It's just failing to hold each time. Got 50 seconds left for it to prove me wrong and hold that high a day right there. Meta pushing up. Microsoft pushing up. Need Apple to start holding. And again, we'll see where the 4 hour and 2 hour close. Yo, good morning, Jenya. What's going on, Greg? Habibi, what's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Hope you guys are doing well today. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Good morning. Happy Monday. Market Maker Monday, guys. We're just waiting. Whole lot of nothing going on. Glad we didn't waste our time on oil. Same with gold. ES and NQ, we're just waiting. We just gotta wait. When we have supply and demand, when we have our pre-market plan, and we have predetermined zones, that makes it so much easier to wait through all of this chop and say, okay, I'm not near my entry yet. Because to use our zones as our entries forces us to not trade in between. I see on your book map, doesn't just show volume, shows types of orders, buy or sell. Are you talking about where like the volume bubbles themselves? Or over here? Because this right here, so these are the different columns you could activate. So this is our session volume profile one right here. The one to the right of it is session volume profile, but I have it turned on to delta. So it basically does the math. So if there was 3,494 volume there, but 3,000 of it was, I don't know how I would do this math, so the numbers are going to be wrong. 2,000 was negative, and then 2,500 was positive. It would do the math, it would subtract them from each other, and would give us positive 500 on the delta. So basically I have my volume here, and then it tells me what the delta is at these price levels. So if I see that there's a mass amount of selling delta like we see today, I wouldn't want to try to go long at this point. But if I do see price action wise that, we are keep trying to move higher, then I'd be careful and look for possibly, maybe even just to be patient and wait. But that selling delta gives me a nice clue. And then RTH is just regular trading hours. So right now we have a low volume shelf loading up around 63.05. $63.05 to about $63.06, so 1 point. So 2 setups I might look for. Going to be this one right here. And and then this one closer to the supply zone up there, right over here. 63.12, but I don't think we come back to 63.12. We keep trying to make new lows lately. Do you know if TOS can show those deltas? I'm not too sure. They do have a book map like version, but I don't know. I don't know if they have like all of those tools and whatnot.
Thinkorswim's book map is very, very limited. But as far as showing deltas, you could probably, I'm sure there's a study that's written for it because it's got an extensive scripting language. So probably a script, but I wouldn't look for it in Thinkers in Bookmap through Thinkorswim.
Gotcha. Yeah, yo, Leo, bill auction. So it's 11:30 a.m. Eastern. So you have it on. I think it says 10:30. But those usually don't bring too much volatility to like the ES and NQ. Obviously, bill auctions yields that does bring some type of direction, so it can help give us some continuation, but we got to be a little careful with it, right? Nothing crazy like an FOMC where markets are going to get like pop 50 points on the ES or 200 points on the Nasdaq, but something to be aware of. Anything economic related is going to have some type of impact on the ES and NQ and markets, guys, because this is finance. Weighted index holding higher, Nasdaq holding up. So again, all these negative deltas, they're starting to fade away a little bit here. Somebody, though, negative 814 down here. This guy's keep getting trapped. He's keep trying to hit that sell button at these lows, and then we reverse on him.
All right, 15-minute orb is set. We are inside that orb. So just
Oh, yeah.
wait for somebody to push it one way or the other.
Push it
According
real
to the
good.
Edgeful, the idea play on Edgeful would be that we go south first and then turn around and swing and go back north. The challenge, like I said, is we don't know how far south we might go if you're playing the 15-minute orb idea. So just be aware of that. And we don't know what time that swing back to the north will occur.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm looking for 6305, 6306 possible short entry. Stop loss of a point. 1 point. No, where we at? Where we at? Stop loss is 1.5 points. Okay, let's see. Because looking at point of control is moving lower again. Here we go, get in 6305. Struggling up here near 6305. Come on, break through. Apple moving lower. A lot of equities are a bit bullish right now. I do like it. I'm gonna put my limit order out there to get filled. 6305. Stop 63. I'm sorry, 6304. No, 6305. Stop loss 6306.25.
You going short?
Yeah. I'm gonna delete the limit order for a second. I'm gonna keep it hovered over. I will shoot it out though if we start hesitating on it. So I'm looking right now, guys, at this level, this grayed out area, moving into this low volume shelf here. So if we move into it and we start to fail, so there it is, our 6305, moving into it, and start to hold lower, I'll take this short. If we just blast right through it, I'm not taking it. All right, we're hezzy.
A little bit of a chop zone from earlier this morning, right here between 6305 and 6306.
Yep. All right, so look at this, guys. We're sort of blasting through it. I'm not taking that trade. I'm glad I canceled that order out. That's why I like to be a little patient. Now, originally, what were we looking for, guys? Originally, we were looking for 6312. And there still is that big seller up there on the ask.
We still have that fair value gap. The bottom of it, it's 6308 and a quarter. So just be mindful of that.
A lot of negative delta on the past few candles, too. Some resistance up here. Low volume up here, too, because we haven't traded up in this area on the New York session. There we go. Nice. Wow, look at that blast.
Okay, there is the fair value gap, and we have broken out of the orb.
Yep. Low volume shelf up here. Buy every Apple dip. I heard it does well the second half of the year. We could see. We'll look into that. I wouldn't short anything right now. Let's be patient. Obviously, Nvidia nice break too, but the last time Nvidia was up here, it rejected. We do have this imbalance we just hit up here too. Really like shorts up here. I'm thinking of taking a short 63.0825, but the buying pressure that's coming in is a little. It's like I want to say concerning, but we are keep rejecting these highs. But we're building some support under us. We have a minute 58 left to close. I'm going to give it at least maybe another 30 seconds to see if it wants to break higher or not. I also want to see VIX is pushing lower, which is bullish. Weighted index trying to break previous day high, but it's rejecting it. NASDAQ is near that resistance level I was looking for. We'll see ES 63.0825 possible shorts. Running into some resistance up here. Nothing crazy. Google. Gold with a little bit of a pop too. Google. Let's get... Remember, I wanted that hourly to close above this blue level on ES and NQ. We are getting a pretty nice rejection up here. I don't like that the volume's consolidated to the upside, though. If it wasn't, I would be taking these shorts. Let's see. We're close to 0 on the CVD, too. It's like, dude, part of me is like, take the shorts. Could try a tight stop loss, but 30 seconds left. We could pop for those last 30 seconds. And my original short entry was 63.12. I don't want to get in the shorts here, get stopped out, then have the market go for us. I could wait the 12 seconds. If we do get a rejection and close somewhere over here, then I could reassess the situation and look for a new entry. Right now, not really seeing anything that sticks out. Point of control is moving higher, volume's trying to move higher. Not in this trade. Bro, I am cold, dude. But that's better than being hot, I guess, right now. It's so hot out lately. That might be our rejection. Weighted index is at key level 2. VIX is sort of hazy. NAS rejecting that opening price level again. We could dive here and head to VWAP, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'm being patient, guys. I'm still being so patient. Really not trying to jump into anything. I see that sellers keep failing to bring us lower today so far. Something we're going to note from the market.
ES is bull flagging, so be careful here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely feeling more like it's trying to take one more swing to the upside. Put our volume profile back to our open of Sunday. Low volume up here, right? So low volume in supply. That's why I want to wait. Right now we're chopping, but if we start chopping near supply, that's a lot stronger of a reaction for sellers than chopping in the middle of nowhere. So I'm waiting, guys. But even if we got to keep waiting another half an hour, waiting is so important. In fact, though, right now 4 hour, 2 hour, we might close above that 63.03. 2 hour, 4 hour. Looking okay, looking okay. That's interesting. 2 minutes left for that to close, too. That's major. Weighted index rejecting that previous session high. Nice rejection on Nas. Oil chopping its way around. Gold chopping its way higher. We're just waiting. Meta was at a new high a day. Let's see. Some support being built here on Bookmap. Some buying pressure coming in. Equities really aren't finding the strongest buying right now either, so I am going to wait. We have 2 minutes left. Market's really testing our patience today, guys, but that's alright. Tell that market to test away. Test away, markets. Not going anywhere. Mike, Joel, what's going on, guys? How you doing this morning? Did you guys have a good weekend? I hope so. I hope so. Let's see. That's funny. Alright, we're pretty choppy right here on ES, but obviously, guys, look at the lower wicks. Look at how every time sellers try to step in, buyers bring us right back. But something to note is buyers were struggling too for a little while, so we gotta wait and see. It does look like we're trying to pop through. Remember, we are on that win streak, that green streak right now. Oh, we gotta mark out the opening price on ES. That's so important. Open. Because again, if we could remain, if we get back above our open price and we stay above open price on ES, then great. Right now, though, I'm looking for shorts above our open price to see if we could go back red because that 10th day, the past 3 times we had 9 days in a row of green days, 10th day was the day we reversed. I want to see. Mike, my weekend was good, man. Thank you for asking. It was alright, not bad. Took it easy, so I'll take that any day of the week. 22 seconds left. Sellers stepping in. Nascrack giving us a tough time here on the close for the 4 hour. 10 seconds left. Drum roll, please. 2 hour closes in a few seconds too. Ooh, some selling. Oh, that's a basing candle, though. I don't know, man. We'll see if we get a rejection one more time in that supply zone. Right now, I would not take any shorts. So now a lot of people saw that and are taking shorts. I want to see one more run, 63.12. Look at, we have sellers 63.12, and now we have 63.14 as well on the ES on Bookmap. So I'm going to be looking for 63.12, possibly 63.14 for a rejection. Short position, 63.12, stop loss 63.14.50. Looking to target new low of day. That's the selling. We don't have much support under us. Let's see. I don't know. We'll see, guys. Again, I'm not taking shorts over here. And guess what? This might be the point that we want to continue lower. That's okay if it is. And if I miss this, quote unquote, miss this trade, I'm going to find a new trade's going to develop, a new setup's going to develop. Markets are going to move on. Coming into a pretty strong bid down here. So I wouldn't be shorting the lows down here. I'd maybe short the pullbacks if I was looking for a short at the moment. Weighted index rejecting that previous session high, man. That was a very nice rejection.
ES at VWAP coming into a fair value gap on the 1 minute.
Nice. 15-minute looks like a nice rejection on the 15 as well. Wick higher, looking like we're trying to base and move lower. So I might look to see if we pull back. Obviously, should have taken this over here, but I'm not a big fan of saying, oh, obviously I should have done this, because I was following my trade plan, and that's what we should do until we get a clear idea. But now we are getting much clearer market direction and momentum. 3 minutes left on this 5 minute. We could check our point of control. We see that resistance is building up. Nice. There we go. All right, yeah, let's see if we can get a short position somewhere around 63.04 if we could pull back. That's a 6 point pullback we're looking for. Looking to see if the 63, 62.97, 62.95 could hold as support. Remember, though, I was looking for 62.80. 62.80. So, again, if we maybe even want to look for shorts and target 62.80, that would be great. So, NAS, great selling pressure. ES, great selling pressure. Weighted index dropping. That is huge. Don't go short at these lows right now. Gotta wait for some type of pullback. Nice
All
break
right, so the
lower.
ES orb report has fulfilled its prophecy of a double break and a breakout. It just happened in the wrong order that we expected.
Nice. There we go. ES holding support at the 62.95. A lot of people trying to short those lows. Let's see if this is where we want to start to hold. Could even look to take a long here. Stop loss at that 95, that low we just made, for a very tight entry. Just to look for a pullback trade. Like sort of something like this. So you see how that held at 62.95. But now I'm more interested in possibly looking for a short. I did still like the 4 hour, but at this point we did break that recent 4 hour low on ES at least. Nice pullback from buyers. Let's see if we have any low volume shelves on the recent candles that were just formed. I'm gonna delete this one for a second. Or not this. Visibility 15. P shape right there, but we'll see.
I've made profit for the day. I'm done. We can take a look at
Nice.
Edgeful and see what it says for the 30-minute orb.
Good job, Marziti. Point of control is much lower. I'm looking for these shorts, guys, on this pullback. Just got to find a good entry point. I feel like these pullbacks, this is a good spot, but I don't know, man. I just hate taking random short entries because it's like, where's your stop loss? Gotta know where your stop loss is before you even take the trade. Okay, if this next candle could give us a pullback on the 5, I'm taking it short. If it doesn't, then I just won't get a trade. Won't get an entry, that's okay. Da, da, da. Equity sort of range bound, trying to hold their lows right now. Just gonna wait. Nas just, I don't know, did not take out lows. Pulling back a little bit here. Want to see 3103. I want to see 3103. Nice, Oz. Good stuff, man. Killed NQ today. Alright, this looks like a possible short right here on ES, man. I hate chasing like this. I do think if you're scalping, this would be an opportunity for a scalp to the downside. I just, for whatever reason, something's telling me just don't take this trade right now. And if it's not in my setup and I don't feel comfortable taking the trade, I'm not taking the trade. As
Well, if
none
you
of you
look
should
back at
too.
pre-market, there's a huge chop zone right here at 62.97 down to 62.92. We've gone into it twice and rejected. Um, pre-market low looks to be somewhere around 62.91-ish. Or maybe I could be wrong on that, but I just posted a chart showing that chop zone.
Nice.
So generally that's a no trade zone, meaning we don't initiate a trade in a chop zone. Now we can use it for a target, but we don't initiate a trade in a chop zone typically because it chops and we don't know what it's going to do.
Yeah. Alright, I feel like this low volume shelf we're trading up in right here on ES is where we want to find resistance.
Looks like pre-market low is somewhere around 62.90. I would not be surprised though if we do hit it today, just don't know when.
Yeah. What where you got?
Pre-market low at 62.90. There's a gap also between close to open. That gap is down around 62.85 if we actually go for a gap close. But I don't know.
But yeah, no, that's what I
Um,
was looking for too. I think. Oh no, I missed it. I was gonna say I think this is the pullback right there. ES man. 6303. I gave a 6302. Point of control's moving lower. It's a tough point, guys. Tough point. Don't want to sell the lows. Don't want to buy the highs. Let's see. Tesla back up. Yeah, Tesla's moving higher right now. Microsoft selling off, Apple selling off. Other equities are selling off right now, though. Yeah, I'm telling you, I think Tesla was just a money grab on that rip lower, on that drop. I think it was people worrying about Musk getting back into government roles and things of that nature. And I think it was just a scare. I don't think it's going to have much follow through. I think it just gives a good buying opportunity. Tesla below 295. Right now it's back above 295. Weighted index is selling off. I almost want to try NQ shorts on this. NQ looking ready to set up to the downside. Not much support there. ES has been range bound. Really not giving us much, guys. Looking better to the downside. It's not giving us the best entry. Weighted index selling off again. ES trying to hold. NAS trying to hold. Now we gotta drop from here. Come on now. Let's see. Want to see some selling pressure stepping in. I'll take some NQ shorts. Where's our point of control on NQ? It wasn't that much lower. I was hoping to see it lower on this candle, but it's not. We just found some buying pressure. Bum, bum. I'm gonna take one NQ short. Stop loss is at 43. It's like a 10-point stop loss. Just being a little careful on this. I'm looking at the weighted index to move lower. That's sort of my my indication on this short position. That along with the volume of point of control trying to move lower. But at this point, we are definitely hesitating, stalling out a little bit. Getting a little selling pressure there. Come on now. There we go. There we go. Come on, yeah. Come on, Naz. Let's sell off. Let's drop like we're hot. Want to check that weighted index is pushing lower too. It's trying. Gonna hold this short for now. With Apple pushing lower, Microsoft trying to move lower. This should be helping ES and NQ move lower as well on this. Just gotta find that selling pressure. A lot of negative delta too. So I don't want to counter trend trade. I'm in this short at 34.50. Stop loss is at 43. It's like a 9-point stop loss. Just looking for a small move to possibly a new low day on NASDAQ. Just need to see these sellers hold it. Buyers keep trying to flip the book, so to speak. Alright, Apple dropping, Microsoft dropping. We got to feel that on NAS here. Come on, give us some follow through. A little something. There we go. Nice, nice, beautiful, beautiful. Come on, you can get out there, get out of one contract, right? Scalp one for 10 points on NQ. I'm just in one, so I'm gonna hold for now. I don't like that, man. Every time sellers try to step in, buyers pop it right back up. That's a huge red flag on these shorts. Just want to be a little patient on this. Point of control on this 5 minute is lower, so I'm not going to stop out here. Just going to wait. My stop loss is at 43, so if it does go to 43, I stop out. Point of control just moved higher on NASDAQ. A little bit of a red flag on the shorts here, but not the strongest of point of control changes. Need to see those equities continue lower. Apple did make a new low day on that drop. Need to see Microsoft push lower too. Tesla's struggling, but that doesn't have a big pull. Nvidia's struggling at VWAP too. I'm just waiting, guys. A lot of people who just tried these shorts down here just got stopped out. I'm not stopping out. I'm not doing that. We're going to hold this and wait, see if we get some continuation. There we go, Nas. Come on. Give us a drop. Give us a big drop right here. Knock your socks off drop. Want to see that point of control move lower. Got to see that volume move lower on NASDAQ down here. 142, 145. I need to see this hit above 180. Because right now 187 is our point of control. 152. Come on, give us that selling. Give us a drop, Nas. Let's go. Let's go with 160. Okay, making another low there. Volume's pushing too. 54 seconds left. Struggling down here. Weighted index trying to get a little momentum. Delta's still green on this current 5 minute. A little bit of a red flag on that. There we go. Get that selling pressure. Let's get one more drop. Could look to lock in some profits again. One more drop here. It's really struggling at this 59.20. Come on. Give me a drop right through 59.20. Come on. There's 19. There we go. We're below 20. Come on. Drop, drop. I'm moving my stop loss lower for sure. 18. We're below 20. Come on, Naz. Oh, man. I'm going to lock in profit right there, guys. I'm closing out the trade. Nice profits on the table. I'll take it. Nice little Naz scalp. 5 seconds left. I do think it wants to try to continue. I'm just not a big fan of every time we try to make a new low, we pull back really hard. So I'm okay with the profits I just took. It was about 15 points. Cool with that. If it continues, that's fine too, right? A good way to counter that would be to trade multiple contracts. I was only in one NQ contract, so couldn't really counter that. Yo, good morning, Gene. Good morning, good morning. A nice NASDAQ short, guys. Hope you guys were able to catch that. Discord, hope you guys were able to take it. YouTube, you guys too. Let me know. 22,900 target on NAS to the downside. Man, I definitely could have held that too. That's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. But I'm alright with the profits I took from 34 to 20. Okay, so 14 points. Wow, I've never had, so I don't know about you guys, but obviously Instagram, I post a lot of stories, a lot of videos and whatnot covering economic data, whatever comes out. But I'd consider myself a pretty funny guy, right? So I'll comment on things I find funny, and somebody made a joke of the Squid Games. I don't know if you guys saw that show on Netflix, Squid Game, and somebody made a joke about the ending. And I and I wrote in the comment, I said, this is better than the real ending. And somebody reposted my comment to their story. It's hella funny. I've never seen that before. I'm usually being shared for my financial and market economic advice, not jokes. Nice pullback, man. I'm okay with the exit, right? Obviously, we could have got a few points off, but guess what? If I was holding on this drop right here, I would have said, "Oh, we're definitely going to hit my take profit at 900." And then this pullback, I'd be stopping out right over here, or maybe for even break even. So that was a pretty clean scalp. I was reading the market context of sellers failing to continuously bring us lower on a strong move, and that's what's up. That is what is up. Markets go down, Tesla goes up. That's right. Damn, man, Nasdaq pulling back. 30 minutes still looks bearish though. I'd even look for a possible short entry up here. How's ES look on Bookmap? Nah. Big bid got filled down there. 62.95. I still think I'm with Marziti though, on thinking that the pre-market low is going to be hit on that ES at some point, 62.90.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
But either way, beautiful short on Nasdaq. That's what we get for being patient, guys. A quick trade, went right into profit. Very zero drawdown, like very little drawdown, I should say. This might be where ES rejects too, but I'm not chasing. It's not part of the plan. Gold slowly getting there. I'm telling you guys, when ES and NQ have better volatility and better structure, gold and oil tend to be worse. And vice versa. When ES and NQ are range bound, there's uncertainty. Guys, when you hear the word uncertainty in the market, I guess the sentence uncertainty in the market, our first thought should immediately be gold. Gold is the safe haven. It's called the safe haven when there's uncertainty in the economy, in the global economy, in the market. Gold is the standard, as they say. So gold is for uncertainty. When there's uncertainty in the markets, buyers keep failing to break out, sellers keep failing to break down, or we're just very range bound. Gold, gold, gold. When we do have some good trends, when we do have some good ranges, ES and NQ, right? And then maybe we'll see poor price action on gold. Now, price action wise, 15-minute, 30-minute analysis is telling me we should be continuing lower, so I wouldn't look for any longs at this point. However, ES filled this big bid down here at 62.95. Then it filled a new bid at 62.96 as a pullback for possibly a higher low. Stop at that low that we just created and might target maybe even VWAP. Oh, VWAP's right there, but we'll see. As
All right, well, I'm out to go do some work. I'll see you guys later. Y'all have a good one.
Later, Marziti, man. Have a good one. Good having you in today. Great levels. Good stuff. Hopefully, you're able to make some green.
Yep, I had a full profit today, so I'm happy with that.
Woo woo. Hold up. I got to get the soundboard going. Oh, do I not have soundboard? Oh, it's all... Is it locked? Oh, no, there it is.
Clap, 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 clap. Yeah, okay. Later.
Later. Guys, who else hit some profits today? Who's in the green? Let me know. Let me know. That's for you guys, whether you're green or not. Every day is a day of education when it comes to the market. Can't force anything. See if we got any headlines coming out. Nope, nothing of importance. It looks like we are trying to form some support down here on the ES, and Nasdaq weighted index at least is also trying to hold higher too. My biggest issue is the downside price action we have been seeing. I would not counter trend this until we're proven that we are actually reversing. I'm in Tesla now since the open, so far green. Nice, dude, nice, nice. Are you gonna look to swing trade that? Because that might be a really great entry if this dip was brought to us from that economic, that news, that worry, that scare. we could reverse and get right back to that norm, which our norm was around 312, 316. Right now you're buying a 294. So we can make our way between 294, 299, 304, 308. Like you could be in a real nice swing trade there, concentrator. Concentrator. It's a great name, man. Mr. Potatoes, the potato man. I heard that when he gets ice cream cones, he gets mashed potatoes in them. Right, concentrator? Look at this, man. Dude, am I happy I got out of those NASDAQ shorts? That was close. Some mashed potato ice cream. Alright, let's see. Getting some resistance here at 62.99. All day long, baby. Let's see. Oh, Signet dropping some gems in there for us. Yo, what up, Chad? What's going on, bro? How you doing? I like it, man. We've seen a lot of OGs coming up in here in the Bullishbrs community lately. Whole lot of winning. We're doing so much winning, we're gonna get tired of winning. YouTube guys, what's going on? Drop a like, drop a comment, tell me what's up if you caught that short with us on NQ, that scalp, and yeah, join
Bro,
our
you are
community.
legit funny.
What's that?
I said you are legit funny, bro.
Thank you, dude. I try. I try. Gotta have fun while we're learning, right? Especially if markets are giving us some chop. We'll run a swing trade, make some potatoes. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Remember, though, if you're swing trading it and you're swing trading options, bigly winning. Good job, Jack. Let's go. Yo, Fairchild, good morning. Oh, man, I'm getting a full house up in here. Everybody keep it coming. But yeah, as for swing trading options, never, ever, ever. So if you're swing trading an option, and let's say you're buying the option for $240 per contract, right? So 2.40. Don't think that your max risk is, let's say you have a stop loss at 160, okay, $80 max risk. Absolutely not. Something else comes out overnight that moves that market super big gap against you. You're going to lose way more than your stop loss. If you're in 240, guys, you got to think your max risk is going to be that 240, especially if you're in it's called a naked option. You're just in a call or just in a put. Jack, keep up the good work. Mr. Potato, dude, I hope that Tesla goes crazy for you. We can take a quick look at Tesla on the daily while ES and NQ are just sort of chilling around. Daily on Tesla. Yeah, I mean, this is what we were looking at earlier. Look at how we were consolidated in this point. Then we moved higher from here till about, what's that, 360? 365, 31% move to the upside on the stock. Next time we moved into it, we held it as support again, moved towards 356. So again, if we find support here and move higher, even if we can move higher towards 325, right? We want to create a lower high, lower high, lower high. That would still be a huge move to the upside. $37 to the upside on Tesla. Just saying. Not a trade I'm currently in, but it could be something. Meta new high a day. Meta new high a day. But my cat looked at me like, dude, don't do that. Like, you just woke me. Was that worth it? Sorry. There's 6303, but now at this point, guys, before I was looking for 6303 for shorts on ES, but at this point, we are no longer looking for that. Price action has been a little wonky. It's taken a while, but clearly sellers have been able to take some control. So we'll mark it out. We'll keep an eye on it anyways. I'm sorry, buyers were able to take some control. Made a new high a day on the weighted index. NASDAQ has not made a new high a day. A little bit of divergence there. Yeah, need equities to start holding. Amazon's at its previous day high, trying to hold above it. Bear trap today. Yup. Dude, that's what's up. Past 9 trading days have been bear traps. Except that one day on NASDAQ. Just that one day. I mean, this isn't the worst spot for shorts. Where's my short position tool? Because the low volume we're in is sort of what I would be looking for. New low a day target. I mean, 15-minute time frame was looking for a 15-minute basing, sell off, continuation on this candle. But right now we have 2 minutes for this candle to close on the 15, and it's looking like we're holding bullish on the 5. So I'm actually going to wait on that. 30-minute also closes in 2.5 minutes. That could also be a major sign to say, hey, guess what? We have crazy lower wicks on the 30-minute and 15-minute time frame. Buyers are holding and sellers are getting trapped. So we'll wait. We could wait this 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. Wait another 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Let markets develop. You're really hoping around 320 and 330. I'm currently in a leveraged derivative. In Germany, we have different potato contracts. Dude, awesome, man. Good. Get that Tesla bread. Yo, Charlie, is that the bear that did coke from that movie?
Yeah, it's cocaine bear.
What's that?
Yeah, that's the cocaine bear.
Cocaine bear. It's so funny. Ooh, nice rejection on ES there. That's what I get for being patient. Ooh, that looks solid, man. I'm waiting, though. Waiting. We're gonna do so much waiting, we're gonna get tired of waiting. Alright, let's see. Minute 14 left on this. Look at how the volume, guys, if you don't have book mapping using subgraph volume, look how low the volume has been. We've been pulling back, but buying pressure hasn't been, like, volume hasn't been picking up. So that's a bit of a bear sign. I will see if we get a retest of this one more time. I don't think we will at this point, but that would be great. That'd be great. Had the right short analysis. I just didn't take that entry at the 6303, guys. 6303. Did it get hit? No, I think it hit 6302. 6302.75. Markets were like, hold up, let's tune into Bullishbrs, Kevin, real quick. Where's he looking? 6303? Alright. What's 6302.75 his spot? That's fine, market. You don't understand. I got patience. I got patience like a doctor. I'll wait. Ha 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 ha. Guys, stay cool, stay calm, stay collective. Maybe put like an earbud in or something. Listen to a little music on the side. So like, you know, you're not completely dialed in. It's good to be dialed in, to be focused on what's going on in the market, but it's not too good to be too concerned and too focused in, sort of like a horse blinder thing, right? Where it's just, you're just tunnel vision. But when you're tunnel vision, a lot of times you end up zooming in, and you end up trying to take every trade, every breakout you see. So it is important to step back a little bit, and I don't mean step back entirely, I just mean step back to see a full picture, an unbiased picture. 6302 possible re-entry, if we can get it. Big if. We could check our 30-minute time frame. Didn't give us our basing. 15 didn't either. 40, 90, 1 hour. Nah. 1 hour. Basing to the downside. Let's check NASDAQ real quick. Do our time frame analysis here. 30-minute was a nice basing, though, to the downside on NASDAQ. 45 also, same thing. 90-minute 2, hourly, almost a double bottom. So got to be a little careful on that. I am thinking more towards bearish. Yo, good stuff, Leo. Bro, I hope you used the discount code. And I hope you used the affiliate link. But Bookmap had that 50% off Global Plus, bro. Good stuff. Alright, let's see. Gold is range bound. Nothing new there. ES and NQ, they're making their way downtown. They're walking fast, but we'll see. No entry down here. Not chasing shorts. That's not in my playbook. Definitely had a really good possible trade up here, man. I could have, would have, should have on this trade right here, but I was just not a fan of where our time frame analysis was lining up, and I really didn't like that what was it, the 30-minute was closing there, the 15-minute was closing there. I really wanted to be a bit patient to make sure that we were continuing in direction. With that being said, now we could wait to see possibly a new trade setup occur. Now what I would like to see is us break below 93, 92 and find some quick, strong selling pressure and then retest and hit 93, 95 and push lower from there. And that'll be my re-entry 93, 95. VIX is pushing higher. Weighted index is struggling right now, chopping around right here. So I wouldn't take shorts at these lows, never short the lows. Microsoft trying to hold higher, so is Apple. Meta's the only bearish one at the moment. Amazon trying to break back above previous day high, and Nvidia's holding the bottom of its range. So I would be careful on any shorts down here. Could be a trap. Not for nothing, this trade right here, that would have hit very nice, 6-1 on that. That's alright, I took a nice little 2.5-1 on NAS before, so we're cooling. 62.95, watch out for support here on ES. So there is a buyer here trying to protect their position. Weighted index is holding up, I could see this holding here. I'm not taking long down here. Nah. Sellers have proven themselves. So if anything, I'd look for a pullback for a short entry. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Bro, SiriusXM does not give up. They get you with the trial when you get a car, and they're like, all right, yeah, no, we'll set it up. It's free 3 months. Didn't use it once. Then it cancels, and they'll email you and call you 5,000 times. Like, all right, selling pressure going crazy here. The question is, with that selling pressure stepping in on the last minute of the 5 minute here, do we want to continue into the open of this 5 minute here? 62.92 in line on ES. Point of control moving higher. I wanted to see a break below though, and then a retest of this zone. Nice. Alrighty. Look at that, guys. Pull back. It's a good way to start the week, man. That nice scalp right there. Beautiful on NASDAQ. It's okay. We just wait now. We're patient.
Hey, Kevin.
Yep.
On Trading View, when I hold the mouse down,
brings up data box. I don't want that anymore. Is that something new they put in?
Yeah.
My chart around.
Yeah, it's something new. If you click and drag, like click and drag right away while you're clicking, it won't pop up. It's when you click it and hold it still for a second that it pops up. I could probably look into getting it off the chart. I'm sure on settings it's there. Or
It's all right. I can look into it too. I was just wondering if you already got it turned off.
Yeah, no, not yet. Not yet. It's not, I don't find it as too much of a distraction at the moment. I'm sure I will. TradingView does do that sometimes where they'll add a really cool tool, but then it'll like pop up where it'll be too in your face. I'm sure they'll get some type of report on it and they'll fix it. But it's alright. It's not too bad. Just try not to click too much or scroll while you're clicking already. But if I see anything, I'll let you know. Right, let's see. So I wouldn't look to buy these dips anymore, right? Sellers have a nice hold on us. Equities are trying to hold up. I would just be patient. 15-minute. At this point, guys, when you aren't sure of direction in the market, you aren't sure if we want to continue lower, you don't know if we want to continue higher, check your other time frames, right? So, okay, here's a 5-minute. Obviously, 5-minute looks like we're trying to push lower, but are we reversing on a 15-minute? Well, not really. 15-minute, we had our basing, a sell-off, another basing. Looks like we're trying to sell off again, but at the moment, the last candle was a green candle, so I want to be aware of that. 30-minute, now I'm looking at 30-minute on ES and NQ. I see on the 30-minute, we have a lot of long lower wicks, so every time we do try to make new lows, buyers build it back up. So I'd want to be very careful at this point. And that's how the higher time frame could tell me, hey, be careful on this lower time frame if you're looking for continuation. Might not really happen. Yo, YouTube guys, few likes away. Run that up. Let's try to hit 10 right now. Then we'll work on 20 later. It is 10:39. 10:39. What's today? Today's Monday? Let's see. Good morning. What's going on? Alrighty. Markets, what are you doing? What are they selling? They're selling chop. Yo, YouTube, hit like, hit subscribe. Discord, always appreciate you guys for tuning in. I do hope you guys learned something from these live streams. I hope you learn. I hope you earn. Hope you could take some trades with me. And yeah, you know, just keep things cool, calm, collective. One trade at a time. Your next trade has nothing to do with your last trade. And yeah, let's see. Where'd Discord go? I'm keep losing it. There it is. New update on the long view tool happened on cursor. Oh, by the cursor menu. What do you mean by that, Kev? Oh, nice. Thank you. That's community right there. Yo, Charlie, go show some love to Kevin. He figured out how to turn that off. You hit the little arrow up here near the crosshair. Value tooltip on long press, turn that off. That is awesome. Kevin, thank you, Kev.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a good one. Thanks.
Good stuff, dude. That's cool, man. Oh, what I was getting at was about the social media posts and hit that like and all that fun stuff is spread some love. If you have Instagram, repost something of mine from Instagram on your story. It helps get the views out there, helps get the engagement up, it helps the algorithm up like 250 followers the past month and a half, so really good momentum at the moment. Want to see that continue. At some point my goal would be to create some type of huge full free community for like huge, but right now we're gonna be sticking with this. We're gonna be killing it, and we'll get there, guys. One day at a time. Gotta set goals, realistic goals for yourselves and your trading and your journey. Give yourself, guys. A lot of people say, "Oh, the first 100,000's the hardest." I forget who said it. Mark Cuban or Kevin O'Leary, one of them. I think it was Mark Cuban. He said, "Forget the first 100,000. Focus on your first 10,000. If you can make 10,000, you can make 100,000." That's a fantastic way to look at it. Especially, guys, especially if you're looking into trading. It's so easy to look at trading and go, "Oh yeah, I can make $1,000, $2,000 a day. That's no problem. I'll trade some ES or NQ contracts, make 1,000, 2,000. That's fine. I could hit 100,000 in a couple months." But then, because you haven't even been consistent yet, you're hitting brick wall after brick wall. You're hitting break loss, stop loss. You're breaking accounts. You're blowing accounts. Take it easy. Cool, calm, collective. 5,000 as a first target, right? If 5,000 is your first target, you're really only shooting for maybe 300-400 a day. Because if you're making 300-400 a day, you're going to be up 1,000, almost 2,000 after that first week or so. So take your time with it. There's no reason to rush into it. You can always size up when you're consistent. You can't size up when you're not consistent yet. You're going to keep yourself in a cycle. Yo, Kev, man, that is awesome that you knew how to turn that off. That is super helpful, bro.
Yeah, that got activated on my charts today. Thank you so much for that.
Right? That like value tooltip on long press thing. I gotta make a video on how to turn that off now because I know other people are looking that up. People are going, "Yo, what is this popping up on my trading view right now?"
Hey, I don't see his post not in main, is it?
No, he direct messaged me. Yeah, some people DM. Because it's a secret. Shh, don't tell anyone. Oil, making its way higher. 5 minute, I suppose, right? We could always make the argument after the fact. Hindsight's always 2020. You could have had a 5 minute order block right here. We're making higher highs, higher lows. Could have been a nice long entry off of that order block. Me personally, I like 15-minute basing candles, though, so I wouldn't have taken that trade. From Kevin Mack, what? From Kevin Mack, the Craig Mack attack. $50 a day, 6 months later. $100 a day, 6 months later. $400 a day, good, perfect. That's my goal, Frank. That's a great goal. Great, reasonable, accomplishable. Like it's reasonable is what I'm getting at. Return of the Mac, yes sir. Love it, guys. Love to have fun. Love to make money and have fun. What beats that, honestly? Don't need of that. Let's see. I'm waiting to see how ES wants to react near this 6302.75. And we'll probably wrap up the stream shortly, guys. So YouTube, make sure you're hitting that like button. Hit that subscribe. We'll see what's crack-a-lack. And I might be on Benzinga's tomorrow. So we'll see. They just hit me up this morning asking if I'm around. No trade zone. What is that signet? That looks like creepy. It's like, what's that, AI? No idea, man. Guys, markets are choppy. There is no setup right here. Let's see. Oil pulling back. Gold is still chopping, guys. We're not missing anything on gold today. That's for sure. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. 15's definitely signaling a bit more of a downside price action. I wanted to see if we get back to 63.03. We have resistance building up here. We might be pushing pressure to the downside. That weighted index could start selling off. That will definitely help. Equities are currently trying to hold. See how NASDAQ's doing up here. Look how ES had resistance above us. NASDAQ does not have much resistance right here. Let's see. Trump defends former Brazil president Bolsonaro. Okay. Falls as tariff uncertainty weighs. Tesla drops on Musk's political ambition. That's what I mentioned earlier.
That's a bunch of baloney.
Just a bunch of baloney. But everything in the economy is a bunch of baloney. It's all controlled by just one person. We don't know them, but they're like sitting at home. Microsoft trying to hold, Amazon trying to hold, VWAP pushing higher, so is Apple. I'm not taking any shorts right now. I would love to take some shorts right over here on this pullback, but markets are trying to hold. I don't want to short into that. Getting a bit of a bit of a ask up here, some sellers. Wow, that's crazy. I got that headline, right? A minute ago? Or 2 minutes ago almost now? And now I got a notification on my phone about it. Oh man, I was saying I would love to take a short up here. Oh man. That is something, dude. It's alright. It's alright. Oh, I just realized you could scroll up here. He defended he defended Bolsonaro. Not trying to disrespect the guy. Always full respect to everybody. I just don't know how to pronounce the name. ES with some support down here. NASDAQ with some not support nor resistance. So I'd be patient here. Candlestick price action looks like it's trying to break down. ES with the breakdown. NAS with the breakdown. Weighted index. Guys, weighted index. Rejecting this high. Weighted index is such a beautiful help of an indicator as well, right? Helps us find our range. Helps us find highs, lows, previous session high, low, and trends. It's really just, I don't want to say it's that simple, but when it comes to the market, we're either ranging or we're trending. Give yourself the ability to spot the difference, and you'll see a difference in your trading. Let's see. Some selling pressure. Probably going to make our way down to 22,900 now on NASDAQ. About 10 points away. 9 points away. Don't short these lows. Look what happened to the last few guys that tried to short these lows on NASDAQ right here. I wouldn't go short targeting 22,900 because we keep wicking around when we get close to it. It's trying. Weighted index is selling off strong. We have 2 minutes left though for the 5 minutes to close, guys. It's plenty of time for it to wick back higher or even go to 22,900 and hold it. And again, that would be a much better trade because the whiplash we would feel from that would be phenomenal. Because then everybody trying to short these lows, and if we reverse back higher, they all got to stop out. Possible trade here. Whoa! Yo, if it gives me an entry at 901 right here, I'll take it. Stop loss at 94. I'm in it. I'm in Nas longs down here, guys. Looking for this big bid to hold. Minute 10 left. Come on, let's hold this. Nice. Come on, get back above 10. Get back above 59.10. Ooh, it's struggling. I might turn this into a scalp. Let's see. I'm in Nas longs here. Come on, get that buying pressure. Let's trap these shorts. Get above 22.910. 22.910, and we should be golden on these longs. It's struggling on it. 22.90. There it is. There's 10. There's 11. Come on, let's hold it. Let's run it. Beautiful, guys. Oh my goodness. Wow, what a great entry right there. A lot of people going to be forced to stop out up here. 32 seconds left. I'm going to check our footprint first, but I almost want to exit up here. It's a beautiful trade. Nice quick scalp. Oh no. Where's our point of control? It is trying to hold higher. Should have closed it. I'm thinking I should have, could have, would have, should have on the close there, but let's hold it for a second, see if we do want to find some support. We did scale above that 10 level. Weighted index is still pretty weak though. 3 seconds left in the 5 minute. Gotta be careful, guys. I'm gonna see if we get a pump here. I will just get out of this long position for a scalp. Not a fan of us retesting this 900 level. Get back up to 13 and I'm out at 13. Selling pressure is way strong here. Stop loss is at 94. Ooh, there we go. That's a nice hold. How's our 15-minute time frame look? Closes in 4 minutes. Oh, dude, if we could start holding here, that would be huge. I'm not going to stop out at 13 yet. I'm going to see if we can get a strong pullback and aggressive buying pressure. But, because again, this is the lows. People selling down here are selling the lows of NASDAQ today. But I don't want to be buying down here if we do want to continue lower too. So give me some buying pressure. I'll get out into some strength. Nah, it's struggling. We're building some support here on NASDAQ, but we keep trying to dive lower. And that I'm really not a fan of. Weighted index is struggling. Equities are pushing lower. Nvidia pushing lower. Yes, might go run to stop right here. 94 and stopped out of NASDAQ, guys. That's alright. That's alright. Still up on the day. Still up on the day. 80 bucks. Small green. But better than red. We'll wait and see. Weighted index selling off like crazy. Glad I trusted my stop loss. Just gonna wait. See if I ended the stream. No, I'm just kidding. Zip time. If I ended the stream, we'd still be more green. No, I'm just kidding. Got another big bid down here at 80.82, at 882. Big selling pressure. Okay, there's 85. Weighted index is still selling off. Equities are very bearish. I am not taking any more longs at this point. It looks like it's trying to hold this 85 area right here, but if off the chance of us breaking through it like crazy, like we just saw over here, I don't want to try a long because it looks like we're holding. That's how you get smoked. We're at a key level on ES. NAS is trying to hold. Oh, dude, it didn't fill it. Alright, that's fine. 210 left in the 5-minute. I'm not taking it right now. Equities are real weak. Nvidia is selling off like crazy on this 5-minute right now, guys. See if we could break through this 82 area and hold. Let's keep trying to fill. The buyers keep absorbing this seller right here on NASDAQ. Nvidia is just so weak right now. Apple's holding up. Meta's wicking around. It's one more dip here on NAS. Struggling to break below this level right here. This is where I'd consider a long stop loss below this level. So if we could dip into it and hold. We're breaking into it, getting close. Someone's protecting that level on NASDAQ. See if they got enough strength to keep protecting it. Or if Nvidia gives us another dive, NASDAQ gives us another dive. We still got demand though. Some key levels too, a little bit lower as well. So we could still be patient. There we go. NAS trying to hold. Might curve up here.
ES might be wanting to close its gap though.
Nice.
283.
Nice, nice. Yeah, look at that. There's NAS coming back towards that 900 level. Low volume shelf right here. Possible short entry. Nvidia pulling back. Let's just wait a sec. CVD was climbing higher on that, so. Point of control is lower. We'll look for a short if we could retest near 900. Yeah, give me 900 entry. I would take NAS short for a scalp. Might spike here. Be careful. Just wicked 900, man. That was so close. That's close. I'm going to remove the order for a second because I feel like we might pop right through it. So there's 900. No, we are rejecting it. Yeah, we're going to try shorts on NAS. If we could get filled. 908 stop loss. I'm trying to get filled at 98. 10-point stop loss. Weighted index pulling back. ES looking like it's trying to hold lower. I don't like that we don't have much resistance above us either though on NASDAQ. I'm going to cancel that order for a second. There's 90 again. 900 I should say. If we get back below 900 I'll take it. But look at the buying pressure. Huge. Huge. All those people trapped in the shorts. Just wait and see. If we could start reversing again to up here now, this would be a much better short entry than selling the lows. Alright, I'm going to try 1 NQ short here. Really going to be a little conservative on the stop loss. 12 is a stop loss, and we might just run right to stop loss if this was our last short right here. But if we're looking for continuation, we should be able to try to find some momentum. But look at this, guys. Buyers keep trying to take it. Might get that stop hunt one more time here, and there it is. All right. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap it up there. Markets are range bound, trying to make their ways back higher, but we caught a nice short on NQ before. So, guys, I will see you all tomorrow. Take care, and see you guys later.